Okay, with this question here, right, they give us the time in London on a Saturday, and they want then us to work out what the time in New York and Frankfurt is. So what we need to do then is look up here and sort of compare the times in the two different locations, New York and Frankfurt. We need to compare it with London, okay, in terms of the times given here. Now I hope you can see that when you compare Frankfurt with London, it's actually 1 hour ahead, yeah? It's 1 hour later, because you add 1 on to 19, you get 20. So when it's 1934 in London, so about 7:30 in London, it's actually 8:30 in Frankfurt, okay? But then you notice New York is actually behind the time in London, okay? So when it's about 7:30 in London, it's actually about 2:30 in New York in the afternoon. So they're behind, okay? Now, in terms of how many hours behind, you just need to take them away there, right? Look at the gap there. So it's 5 hours behind. So when it comes to this then, it's 23:45 in London. What time will it be in New York? Well, looking at this here, looking at the information here, we can see New York is 5 hours behind us, okay? So what I need to do is take away 5 hours from this. So it's 23 hours here, 2300 hours here. So if I take away 5 from it, 23 take away 5 is 18. So it'll be 18:45, okay, in New York. And we're still in the same day, aren't we? Because that's coming towards the end of the day. But if I take 5 hours off, I'm still on that day just earlier. So it'll be 18:45 in New York, and the day will be Saturday still. So let's look then at Frankfurt. Okay, the time in Frankfurt. Now Frankfurt will be 1 hour ahead of the time in London. So if it's 23 in London, well, if I add 1 hour on, okay, well that would become 24 then, yeah, 24. But if I wrote 24:45, right, I'd be doing something wrong, wouldn't I? Because there's only 24 hours in the day, all right? So I've gone beyond now 24 hours, haven't I, by writing 24:45. So of course what happens is at midnight we start again, don't we? So I shouldn't write that, I should write 00:45. Okay, so that's what it'll be in 1 hour time in Frankfurt. And of course, because we've started a new day, it will be Sunday, won't it? Okay, so that'll be 00:45 on a Sunday there for Frankfurt. So then it says, when it's 4 o'clock in Frankfurt on Monday, what time and day will it be in New York? Okay, so we'll have a look at what we've got here. Okay, and of course it is Monday, it says as well, in Frankfurt. And we need to see now what we need to do to the time in Frankfurt. Well, if we go here, okay, we could just compare these two locations to see the time difference, okay, or we can see what I've done here. It doesn't really matter, but if you look here, it's 20:34 in Frankfurt when it's 14:34 in New York. So New York is behind it by 6 hours, yeah, okay, so you can see the 5 and 1 there make the 6. 20 take away 14 is 6 hours. So New York is 6 hours behind it. So we need to now take 6 hours away from this. And of course it's difficult, isn't it, when you've got time, because taking the 6 away here from 4 doesn't really make sense to us. So what we could do is just break it down. I want to take away 6 hours. Well, let's just start by taking 4 hours away, okay? Because if I take 4 hours away, I'm taking myself to midnight, essentially. Okay, so that would be midnight, Monday, a brand new day just starting. But that's 4 hours. I want 6 hours in total, don't I? So I need to take away another 2 hours. So that I've taken away 4 hours and 2 hours now. I'm taking away 6 hours in total. If I take away 2 hours, now remember, that effectively represents 24, doesn't it? It's the end of the day as well as the start of the day, so it's a complete day, 24:00. So if I take away 2 from 24, I get 22, okay? And of course, it would be the day before, wouldn't it? So it would be on a Sunday. So the time, 22:00, and the day is Sunday.